Welcome to Apocalypse, Mr. Mannheim.
Who are you?
Your new lord and master. You may call me Darkseid.
Just like using a shady truck stop glory hole, this week's episode is a journey into mystery. You're listening to Darkseid's Couch. I'm Mike.
Yeah, this is James.
I'm Shée.
I always have something ready just in case. It's not necessarily something good. But yeah, mine was pretty similar. Mine was about Mike getting hammered and hopefully not waking up with a Thor behind. Pretty much almost the same joke.
Same joke.
Same joke, because it's Mike's birthday.
Well, not really.
No, it's not. I mean, in fact, this will land after your birthday, I think. Yeah, it will definitely land after your birthday. Before? I thought your birthday was early June.
The 22nd.
Oh, well, the days are flying. I think this is your final one, I believe. I believe this is the final birthday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Why? What are you doing?
Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds like such a fucking threat, dude.
It seemed like it was time.
James is recording this on the building across from me, laying down in a sniper position with a gun pointed at me.
That's what it's kind of sounded like.
No, it's for the quality of the show. I want to be able to see you.
Why, dude? Be funny.
It's a good angle. What else is there left to do? It's a good run. What else is left? You know,
I've been thinking about that. As I get older, it's just like, do I want to be an 80-year-old man and dying in a bed?
Well, what's 80 going to be in 40 years?
I don't know. I want
like 60?
I just was reading that the Chinese cured diabetes with stem cells.
China!
Those guys?
Yeah, but they also make stuff up. The Chinese are really big on like, yeah, we did this. And it's like, no, you didn't.
They could definitely be lying, but stem cells are incredible.
Right.
I've said this before. I've been to some stem cell conferences, and what doctors can already do with stem cells is incredible, but the FDA won't let them.
Do you guys remember hearing about a rogue Chinese scientist who used CRISPR to gene edit a fetus to be immune to HIV or AIDS?
No.
Right? So like he was
Okay.
the first person to genetically engineer another human being.
Okay.
And the fetus turned it turned into twins, and the kids were born, and yeah, they looked into their DNA and they were gene edited. But the guy went to prison in China because like he broke this crazy international law that you're not supposed to gene edit human beings. But it turns out it didn't work anyway.
They got HIV?
It's just like your genes revert back to normal after a little bit.
Oh man. So it's getting like a temporary tattoo.
I don't think anybody knows how to do anything.
Yeah.
And we have this idea about DNA, but it's like what we know about it is probably just like the tip of the iceberg.
I'm sure it's true, but we figured out cloning, and then we stepped back from it because it got weird.
Oh, did we? I bet we didn't. I bet there's like secret laboratories and shit. You know what the thing is? Like when the news tells you like, yeah, those Chinese gene edited babies, that didn't work. It's like, oh, it didn't?
Yeah.
Like what? It's like that's the kind of thing that a Western media outlet would tell me, right? They don't want me to know that the Chinese are gene editing people.
Right, but they also wouldn't tell you that if it wasn't true. Like, you can't just say like everything that you didn't hear must be true. Like some of those things that don't seem true just aren't true.
Well, the same corporate interests that own most news agencies are also at this like weird economic war with China for control of the world's resources. And so they're always like putting out propaganda against each other.
Corporate America, fan of the show. Big fan of the show. Big
Wouldn't that be
supporter.
nice?
That would be tremendous. Yes, please. If we get some of that BlackRock money.
Closest I'm getting to conspiracy theories right now is watching Alex Jones freak out about possibly losing his company.
Oh no, not Alex Jones. Leave him alone.
Yeah. He's done enough.
Leave him alone. Some of us like Alex Jones. Like, stop fucking with him.
No,
let him make his show.
We gotta stop having charlatans. We gotta cut down on the charlatans.
It's so much fun.
It looks like it's the fact that he still hasn't paid like the Sandy Hook parents, so they've asked for the courts to liquidate and pay and make him pay.
What a fucking dick face.
Yeah. Somebody needs to stop some of these people.
Well, how is he going to pay him? It's like $10 trillion.
He has to go to jail. Then he's done. Like
he ain't going to jail.
For things.
I hope I hope Alex Jones and Donald Trump become cellmates.
Being entertaining, yes, I hope that for that too. Being
Wouldn't that be the
entertaining is
best?
not enough to keep you away from justice anymore.
Oh no! Don't tell me that.
It has to stop. It's gotta. It was
I
funny.
was really relying on that.
It was funny at first when you could just be entertaining. We're like, you know what? We're gonna let you get away with some shit because you're entertaining. It's out of control now.
I let Trump get away with being president because it was fun.
Remember when Trump was the president for 4
Oh, you mean when he's
years?
going to be the president again from prison?
Yeah,
because there's no rule
we'll
that says
see.
that you can't be the president and be in prison at the same time?
We'll see. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm not saying he won't win. I'm just saying we'll see. There's still
Dude,
a lot,
I was
lot
listening to
decide.
NPR and they were saying that, like, yeah, there's no rule that says felons can't run for president. And there's no rule that says being in prison, like, voids your ability to become president.
We've never had to have this conversation before.
I hope Donald Trump goes to fucking prison and wins.
Dude,
I hope that happens just for the history of it.
We are untangling so many legal things that we didn't know and constitutional things that we needed to sort out and we never had an answer. Now we have to figure it out. That's good for the country.
You know, from our perspective, our last episode just dropped, and we said in that episode while we were recording it, we said like all these things we're saying about Trump might change because he could be found guilty.
I made a point of saying that. I'm glad I did.
Yeah, right. Now we're 2 weeks later.
Because 3 days later, he got found guilty on every single count. And now we're waiting to see what the next thing is. But he's not going to be sentenced until July 11th, so we got a little time.
I hope he
7-Eleven day.
Yeah.
I hope he gets elected president and he names Alex Jones to be vice president, and they're both in prison together.
7-Eleven is the day of Trump's sentencing. It's my cat's birthday.
Dude, happy birthday demo.
Happy birthday demo.
Happy birthday, boy.
It is 7-Eleven Free Slurpee Day. And it is 1 year away from the release of the Superman movie, so there'll probably be a trailer or something to bring it to have some kind of comic book relevance.
Away?
Yeah, it's 13 months away.
Someone found a video of Trump accidentally referring to as 9/11 as 7-Eleven.
That's super great.
No, he was thinking of 7-Eleven. Why? What's wrong with a year
that
away?
Would
that
be
makes sense.
If 7-Eleven to advertise free Slurpees, they should combine all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it every year.
Especially Demo's birthday.
Do Demo's birthday, Donald Trump, being arraigned or whatever.
Yeah. Arraigned. Yeah.
Or whatever. What's it
I
called?
think that might be the right term, actually. I don't know.
I think it is. I don't know.
I'm not a lawyer.
Sounded right.
No, sentencing.
Sentencing.
Oh, dude, a prison. That would be so... Because then, like, the January 6th people are going to try to break him out.
I don't think these claims tend to go, or not claims, cases tend to have prison time.
Dude, how awesome would that be? How
And
awesome.
also, I looked it up, and
All right.
Florida differs to other states regarding if felons can vote or not.
Okay.
And I guess New York says that if you go to prison, you can't vote until a certain amount of time. Plus, while you're in there, you can't vote. And then if you're on probation, you don't lose your right to vote. Because I saw a lot of people being, very happy about the fact that he would lose his right to vote, but no, sadly, we're not that lucky.
I hope it gets 2 votes.
I think... that's going to be the new law is the felons get double votes.
Wouldn't
right.
that be interesting?
All right. Thor. We're talking about Thor.
We're talking about a journey into mystery starring the mighty Thor, which nothing about him is a mystery at all.
It's not a mystery. It doesn't make sense. This was a request from Charles. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Charles. Love you, Charles. I don't know why you sent us this.
Mm-hmm.
I have to imagine you think of something else.
When we get to it, I'll let you
Really?
know.
Okay.
I know exactly why Charles sent this.
On almost every episode, one of us, myself included, says, I have something I'm going to say when we get to that point, and then we forget to do
No,
it.
this time I'll remember.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
tell you what. I got my notes right in front of me. I'm going to write it down.
That's fine. I mean, again, I do it too. I fuck that up too.
Why
Mention that thing.
Charles
I remember nothing ever.
requested the book.
So, this is Journey into Mystery number 89. It's from 1962. It's about 6 months, I believe, after Thor was introduced into the Marvel universe. And it's a very, very bad book. Mm-hmm. Stem to stern, tip to taint. A poor, poor outing.
Modern day comics tend to use Thor like story-wise based off of what he's able to do as a character. But here it's just like
he's just Superman.
Like he's not even like he's just a big goon who doesn't know how to use any of his powers.
I'm also confused as to does Thor have his own memories?
Yeah, this is weird, and I think we'll get
That's
into
the
this because
mystery right
we
there.
talked. There's the mystery. We did talk
I mean, we
about
can
this.
wait. They do a little like background
Yeah.
bit. So if we want to wait, we can.
We're gonna have to get into that because that is something when we looked at Thor before, we had this discussion, and Mike kind of explained it to me, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense. But we'll get into that.
I
as far
explained
as-
it. I don't remember.
You did. You did. We had a discussion about this, about if Dr. Donald Blake and Thor are separate people or not.
I thought you were gonna say
We'll get to that.
Donald Trump.
I know. I can't. Nobody named Donald elicits any
fucked.
reaction in my brain.
Adolf, Donald.
Adolf and Donald. Nobody can be named Donald anymore. He owned that.
Nope.
I do want to throw in this one quick thing that I found in because Thor, famously created by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, I guess, supposedly, allegedly, and when Jack Kirby died in the 90s, Wizard Wizard magazine ran a eulogy section with a bunch of famous writers giving their thoughts on everything, and Alan Moore, in typical verbose Alan Moore form, wrote a little paragraph, a very verbose paragraph about each of Jack Kirby's major creations. And what he said about Thor, this is pretty awesome. He says, the post-war luminescence of the 60s baby booms like thunder in the artist's skull, and gods come forth, their cities and their giant statuary risen, endless terraces and gleaming spans towards a huge imaginary sky, a glimpse of techno and theology, both beautiful in combination in their chymic wedding. Which is lovely, is not represented well in this comic at all.
What the fuck does that mean?
I like the Thor
read it a few
books.
times.
It's like there's classic Thor like this, but I like it when he's like, you see the Rainbow Bridge.
He's
and
a
you
god.
See,
Yeah.
You see like, the giant guys in their Kirby armor with their Kirby dots, and they're in space and they're doing cool shit. They don't
Yeah.
do any of that in this book.
He's just Superman in here.
It's like the classic Doctor Strange books where it's like he goes to other dimensions and like the physics are gone. Like it's like this is just some bullshit.
Yeah, this is definitely some bullshit. The reason I did, by the way, going back for a second, the reason I did want to mention the Alan Moore thing is at the end of this whole thing, this very beautiful eulogy that says Alan Moore, and they credit him as writer of Violator. Of all the things that Alan Moore had done, they chose to credit. I assume that was the most recent thing, was the Violator miniseries that he wrote. Maybe the worst thing of his career, the worst moment in his career.
Oh, maybe that was a fuck you. They mentioned like the worst book, worst performance comic.
I thought of that. I entertain that, but I don't think they would do that in a eulogy to Jack Kirby.
I imagine that. What if Alan Moore was a huge dick to you? I mean, you're in Wizard magazine.
Yeah.
I can't believe Alan Moore would be nice to you.
And Alan Moore is a wizard too.
Yeah, all right.
No, I think it was probably just the most recent thing he had done at the time. But I just find it funny that he writes this
Not
beautiful
Watchmen.
eulogy. Not Watchmen, not V for Vendetta, not Marvel Man, not any of the other wonderful things he did.
No.
Violator.
Because all of the wonderful things he does. They ran through my head as soon as you said that.
It's going to be in your head for the rest of this episode.
Yeah, it is. It's going to drive me mad. My
Happy
teeth will be
birthday, Mike.
grinded down to nubs.
Yep, and that's why it's your last birthday, because you're going to kill yourself.
I won't be able to eat any more food.
Jesus, James.
It's happening out there. I'm not condoning it. All right? You should call that suicide hotline if you need help, but it is happening. So we got 4 stories here. Only one of them involves Thor. Mm-hmm. And this first one is called The Thunder God and the Thug.
Oh boy, how exciting.
Yeah, we were in some trouble right out of the gate. Written by Stan Lee and Larry Lieber, Stan Lee's brother, nepotism.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and art by Jack Kirby and Dick Ayers.
Yep, the Thunder God and the Thug. So Thor just formed a storm cloud and electrocuted him.
Yeah,
The end.
that's pretty much what. Well, there's some nuance to it. There's a lot of fun things that happen.
I just mean like the beginning of the book, they'll be like, "Oh my God, this guy, this fucking guy who sucks, like Thor, do something about it." He goes, "Okay," and just summons lightning
He
and
does
kills
what
him
he can.
immediately.
It's more than you did.
I'm very creeped out by how smooth Thor's face is.
Well,
It's
he's
a little uncanny
Well,
valley.
he's not a person.
He's beautiful.
It doesn't look like beauty to me. It looks like there's literally no definition in his face to have any sort of features.
That means there's
Body
no,
shaming
but there's
Thor?
also means there's no flaws.
Yeah, he's perfect. He's a perfect man. So we open up with Thor flying back to his office as his alias, Donald Blake, MD. Like he's going back to Donald Blake's office, but he's still in Thor mode and he's flying through the sky. And he's worried that some of his patients are going to see him show up as Thor. So he swings into like a costumer building and makes a default, like a dummy Thor costume, puts it on a dummy and throws it across town to distract people.
No, he throws it into the ocean.
And I guess he does this because he's worried that his patients will see Thor fly into his office and realize they're the same. But
literally just takes it and just goes this will distract him.
He made that entire costume then in enough time to where those people were still just chilling.
no, he was there for hours.
Dude,
it took a long time.
this is so fucking Superman. This is some Silver Age Superman stuff.
And it's unnecessary because, bro, ain't nobody confusing Dr. Donald Blake for Thor.
Right.
As we'll see in a moment. Like, they got nothing in common.
Yeah, really all he needed to do was just turn back into Dr. Beta and he'll be
pretty bad.
unrecognizable.
So he goes ahead and he turns himself back into Dr. Donald Blake. And now it's worth noting that Dr. Donald Blake has a lameness, I'll say.
That they emphasize a lot. And they
Yeah.
really use
Yeah.
the word lame.
He can't walk well. And that makes me
Also,
wonder...
his cane is too fucking small.
Right.
That's probably a huge part of it.
Well, that's the hammer, though.
I know, but he needs to add a bottom piece or some shit because it's not doing it.
It makes me wonder why anyone would go to this doctor. He can't even fix his own legs. Like, what?
And he's not even using the right kind of crutches. His back's going to hurt from standing that way.
He's going to start having a hump like Igor.
Yeah, right. And then his nurse won't want to fuck him anymore.
No, he won't. Oh, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So he was in Thor costume, then he turns into Donald Blake, and Donald Blake is wearing a three-piece suit, and then he has to change into his doctor outfit.
So all right. So let's try to break down how that works. Is it the clothes he was wearing when he turned into Thor, or does he always return as Dr. Donald Blake wearing a bowler cap and a fucking three-piece suit?
I don't know, but it does make me wonder if he changed, like if he gained a lot of weight or lost a lot of weight, would he still have to come back in that suit? Like if he put on 100 pounds,
Right.
does he still have to come back in that suit and just tear right through it?
You know, it's just so everyone knows, like, they don't do this anymore.
No, this is dumb.
In Thor and Marvel Comics. Like, Thor is just Thor. He doesn't have an alter ego. Why I understand why they did it like this, because this is just how it was done. Every story was like this.
Well, I remember, I think, Mike, you were the one that was saying that, like, Thor was put with Dr. Blake because he got real pious and Odin was trying to teach him a lesson.
Well, I mean, I think that was also like when they soft rebooted it to make it a little more 90s and interesting. But like here, with this origin that they're going to hit right now, where we see it's like Thor doesn't exist. It's just like if you have the hammer, you have the power of Thor, because he's still Dr. Donald Blake.
Yeah, that's what I was
Right.
confused.
So it's like, yeah, I always thought it was like a Marvel Man situation where they would like trade places. But like, no, he's just Donald Blake who turns into what Thor looked like.
Which suggests that Thor is like a sort of a feeling or some sort of ethereal entity that kind of inhabits you rather than being an actual persona.
That's probably what Andrew WK is.
Right. I threw a little something together for whenever we have these kind of when we talk about deep shit. So let's see what we got there here.
Deep shit.
So we got that. Whenever there's some deep shit. So
I like it.
whenever deep shit happens.
I do like
to
though. I do like that this is the era of Thor though that has the hat like in Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah, he's got his helmet.
Yeah, the full helmet.
Yeah, he's got his
So
full silver
Thor
helmet.
is just like a symptom of like this magical hammer he found.
He's like a disease.
Or this
Yeah.
cane, this
He's a
cane that turns into a
parasite.
hammer. But
Yeah.
so what's Odin then? Because like he summons Odin to be like, you are.
It's God Daddy.
So like he's real though, but
It's
Thor
a
isn't.
Sky Daddy.
Well, I guess maybe Odin is real, but all of Odin's sons and children are ethereal entities.
So like he created like people's abilities to like turn into what he thought Thor would look like. Like what is happening here?
I like though that does bring up an interesting point because so what happened was Dr. Donald Blake, he was on vacation and he went into a cave in Norway and he found a cane and he picks up the cane, and the cane turns into a hammer. He turns into Thor. But I like that he immediately realizes that he's specifically turning into Thor.
Yeah, how does he
yes.
know that?
Oh shit, I'm Thor now. Like he
What if you don't know what Thor is?
Also, why is he going through a cave without a cane if he is already having mobility issues?
Maybe turning into Thor lamed him.
Yeah. I mean, you can't live up to that. And
So you know what? In the more modern comics, they made a lady Thor, right? And it was Jane
Jane.
Foster, who is here as Dr. Donald Blake's nurse, where she had cancer, and every time she turned into Thor, it made her cancer worse. So maybe that's like this situation where it's like he had a limp from playing up football, right?
Yeah.
And then every time he turns into Thor, it gets worse.
Oh, it's a massive body transformation. It's like a Christian Bale.
Right, dude, you're inhabiting the power of a god. Like I imagine that's not going to have great results on your body.
So in this flashback, Dr. Donald Blake, he's experimenting being Thor, and he learns that when he throws his hammer, it always returns to its master because it's super beta.
Yeah, and here it's like whoever is worthy, like that. We don't see that. It's just like, I found a stick.
Yeah.
This stick turns you into Thor, and now talk to your new dad.
No, an alpha hammer, he would throw it and it would just keep going on, do its own thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't got time for this.
It would only leave his hand if it wanted to.
Staying right here, like a uncooperative Pokemon.
So yes, I also noticed that. So Thor's hammer has like touch controls, like my earbuds. So if you stamp it twice, it creates thunder. But if you stamp it 4 times, it creates lightning. Mm-hmm. So are the elements just waiting to count how many stamps he puts in? Like if he stamps twice, and they're like, no, hold on, and then something distracts him. Do the elements then need to go? Oh shit! Like we gotta get that thunder out. So we thought he was going for lightning?
I'm noticing this as well. That makes this a little more menacing. Odin has 2 eyes.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, he hasn't lost the other eye.
I
So,
didn't even put that together.
so that's not Odin. That's what's
just some guy?
like? What if this is very sinister? Like none of this seems like it's good for anybody.
So it's possible that he's not Thor. That's not Odin. This is all like a trickster god Loki kind of situation.
Yeah.
I think he died in the cave.
Yeah, this is all just sort of
is-
general hospital hallucination kind of thing.
Yeah, this is like the last 15 seconds of brain activity, but for him it feels like years.
All of his adventures.
Uh-huh.
So all right, so that's what Thor is, and then we come back to the present day, and we see that Donald Blake is he's a little big-headed bitch, and he is. We see how his head is not proportional to his body.
I don't know, man. Jane Foster looks like MODOK.
She does. I gotta say, Jack Kirby didn't necessarily draw a lot of different types of women. They were all kind of the same woman.
I mean, his art is still amazing. He just
it's great.
had
It's
a way
fantastic.
of drawing folks.
It's so dynamic and everything. Yeah, it's great.
Right.
It's definitely the high watermark of this book.
This is also like when this was written. I guess this was the time where like no matter what you did, you always had sex with like your secretary.
Yes. So Jane Foster is his nurse, and he is lusting after her secretly.
And he has a private practice. That never happens anymore.
Yeah, you can't afford that. You need to be backed by a corporation.
Yeah, that's right.
Just like this podcast.
Soon, dude. Who do you want to sell out to? Who would you like to sell out to?
Well,
Google. They have
Is
the
it-
most money.
They do have a lot of money, I guess, because so to me the definition of selling out is doing something that you weren't otherwise going to do.
Yeah, but what if they told us like you got to change some shit? And I'd be like,
then
how
that
much
would
money?
Probably be selling out. I guess I think of the 51% rule. Is this going to do more than 51% of good versus bad? So, am I going to sell out the podcast? Well, what else is it going to do? What else can I do with that money? What else?
Yeah, what if we
good can I-
don't sell out? What good is that going to do?
Yeah, it's not helping anybody.
Nope. Might as well
Yeah.
get me rich.
Art is stupid. Why do you worry about your art?
Monetize.
But Donald Blake only cares about his microscope.
Look at it. What if he's looking at nothing? He's just doing that to avoid talking to her.
Well, because he's got a boner and he needs to hunch over until
He
it
doesn't
subsides.
have a boner, bro. Okay, he doesn't.
Oh God, is that part of the lameness?
She just spends the next fucking page simping over him.
Right. So we need to explain here that Jane Foster is lusting over both Dr. Donald Blake.
Well, she
and
works
Thor.
for him. Hold on
Hussy.
now. She works
Hussy.
for him. She knows he's got his financial future is secure. Like he's a good choice. He won't cheat on her because he's lame.
Yeah, well, she's looking at him. She's thinking like, if I would love him so much if only he would cared about something other than his microscopes.
The only problem is though he wouldn't be able to play. He wouldn't be strong enough to play ball with her sons.
Well, if she knew that he was Thor, this would work out. Because
just turn into Thor and then get me pregnant.
Yes, I don't want to.
And then I want Donald Blake to raise that baby.
You better not un-Thor right before you come. Don't de-Thor on me. But you notice that she spends a lot more time lusting after Thor.
No, he's better.
Donald Blake is a passing, yes. That she spends a long time daydreaming about what she would do for Thor, including polishing his hammer.
It's crazy though that she wants her boss. She wants her boss to hit on her. Like, isn't that the last thing you want?
Yeah.
Well, at this time, women only got jobs to find husbands.
No.
Yeah. So nobody else thought it was funny that she wants to polish Thor's hammer? Nobody else is finding this funny? All right,
so,
fine.
like, this montage of, like, Jane Foster dreaming about Thor is why I think Charles sent us this book.
Okay. Just because we would enjoy it?
Just because, like,
with it?
this is very Darkseid's couch. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe Charles also caught that dick joke.
I just mean, like, she's fantasizing about this perfect man, but she's also fantasizing about changing him.
Yeah,
I know she's fantasizing about changing him.
Bro, I hope
Thor
every
haircuts.
boy in the world read this book and took that lesson in.
So in her fantasy, she gives Thor a haircut, and now Thor looks exactly like Dr. Donald Blake. Oh, shit.
She's giving the hammer the jack off fucking motion. She's like, yeah, clean, polishing it, yeah.
This is the best of both worlds. He's got the nice short hair, the doctor's income.
She's doing
and
his laundry, and she's just like, she's dressed up in the way that like showcased what she was doing for him.
Yeah.
I don't like also that she's like, you'll feel cooler if your hair is shorter. Like he couldn't put that together.
She got herself a kick-ass, muscle-bound
He's a
rock and roll
doctor.
boyfriend, right?
No, Thor is not a doctor.
And the first thing she wants to do, the thing that made her attracted to him was his wild locks, and now she's like, yeah, but I have to keep other women from wanting to lust after you, so I'm gonna make you look like
Meet
shit.
my parents someday.
All I could think of was Samson and Delilah.
I like how Thor doesn't have a beard. He's this fucking barbarian god, and he doesn't have a beard. It's like,
No,
come on,
fuck that.
bro. Come on,
So,
bro.
okay,
Donald Blake is shaving.
Then we introduce the actual conflict here, which is that there's a dude, Thug Thatcher. He's a mob leader, right? And apparently he's going to jail for selling substandard steel.
Donald Trump is going to prison.
He's going for substandard.
Found guilty of
No.
34 counts of something.
I mean, I could get into that, but I don't think we actually want to get into that. Basically, hush money is the short answer, but the long answer is that the hush money was used to cover up another unspecified crime.
Oh, great.
That raises it from being a misdemeanor because the hush money is just a misdemeanor. But if you're using a misdemeanor to cover up another crime, it raises it to felony, and that's why it's a felony.
Paying someone to be quiet is a crime?
He was using, campaign funds.
Oh,
And he was lying about where it was coming from and everything like that. So that's a misdemeanor. That is not. That does not raise to the level of felony, but because it's associated with other crimes, that makes it a felony. It's weird.
I love how much he's lying.
He is lying a lot. He's now claiming that he never said lock her up about Hillary Clinton, even though
that's
we have so much video of him saying exactly
Just
that.
gaslight America, Donald Trump. Just keep getting.
It's not even one of those like kind of lies. It's like just we have footage.
Dude.
How can you fuck with us on this?
No, you don't.
No. that really is the defense. Is you just don't. He just
Yeah,
yells.
fuck you. No.
He just yells until you leave
That's
him alone.
so awesome.
Man, when's this debate theoretically supposed to
Dude,
happen?
is he gonna do it from the
June.
prison phone behind the glass?
Yeah. Yeah, easier to cut his mic that way too.
Talking to Joe. Joe came to
All right.
visit him.
So, Sleepy Joe, my best friend now.
My only friend.
So, yeah, but anyway, yeah, dude is going to jail for selling substandard steel, which was hilarious to me because it would not be a controversy now at all. You wouldn't even get a fine for that nowadays.
Now you can build a multinational corporation off of that concept.
Bro, I'm pretty sure that Trump Tower here in Chicago is made out of pretzels.
Dude,
Like,
awesome.
Who can't like
That is
that's
such a
nothing.
weird building. I've been inside that building for gigs, and
Yeah, it's
like
terrible.
there's just gigantic circular pillars in the center of rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, is that a load bearing thing? Like, why would you put that there?
I was looking at different condos and stuff on like Zillow, and I found some shockingly cheap condos downtown. I was like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't look right. And I looked at the description, and it's like, it just gives an address. I'm like, wait a minute, something seems wrong here. And I plugged the address in, and sure enough, it's Trump Tower. They just didn't want to put Trump Tower in the listing.
Oh,
so it's
wow.
just
Are you moving
garbage condos.
Because we're fucking Chicago.
Are
Yeah.
you moving to Trump Tower? That would be fucking awesome. How much was it?
Somewhere in the 2000s or something for a one bedroom, like a small wonder bedroom or something
Really?
like that. Pretty affordable. But my buddy,
Should I live in
you
Trump
could.
Tower for 1 year?
my buddy brought up an interesting point. He said, like, if you live in Trump Tower, you'll never see Trump Tower in your view. It's like the only view downtown where you will never see
Oh,
Trump
shit.
Tower.
Should I live in? I can. I mean, it would be expensive, but like, should
it
I
for
do
the-
it just
for
for
the
the
jokes.
lulls?
I'd love it. Yeah. Turn
Oh
on your
my
camera
God!
finally,
Live
we'll
from
do the
Trump
show.
Tower, Dark Side's Couch. Oh man, is it worth it just for that?
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm not going to say no.
Oh my
honestly, I
God!
wouldn't be
Why did
surprised
you
if the-
tell me that?
I wouldn't be
Mike-
surprised if the rents have dropped even further, honestly.
Mike, you never want to spend money. Why
I
is
know.
this something you're
I
willing
don't know
to?
what's wrong with my brain when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, mostly. Well, this is the second Trump-related expense you were willing to foot. The first one was
Yeah.
paying Eric Trump to do a cameo, or Donald Trump Jr. to do a cameo.
Yeah, I'm still okay with that.
He won't do it. He'll turn it down.
What do you
Anyway,
mean
okay.
turn it down? We're gonna give him the money.
He can, yeah, but they can still. You can't force them. You don't
What?
own them because you give them the money. They can still say, "I don't want to do this."
Yeah.
What does he
Yeah.
care?
It's a well, if I don't know. Maybe Donald Trump Jr. has so little integrity that he will endorse our podcast. Possibly.
What if
But-
I move into Trump Tower and Donald Trump Jr. is my landlord?
Yes.
Like he comes around to pick up the rent.
Yeah, and then after you pay it, he asks for it again, and when you tell him you
Yeah.
already paid, he's like, "No, you didn't."
Yeah.
Yeah. It ain't gonna be $2,500 or whatever. It's gonna be $5,000 at least.
It's $5,000. We got you.
He's such a scumbag. They edit your lease afterwards.
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
You can see the whiteout on it. It's in a different font.
I used to do that
Oh.
when someone would send me a lease. I would download into a PDF and change the address spelling slightly, and then I would sign it and send it back to him. That way, I could just bail. Like if anything bad ever happened.
Oh, these are great tips. Great tips for life.
Dude, I live like such a criminal.
Yeah, a little bit.
Jesus.
All
Yeah,
right.
Mike, I never thought of that.
Speaking of a criminal, we got to talk more about Thug Thatcher because they're putting him in a paddy wagon to take him to jail, I guess. But his gang is intercepting the wagon and they're going to try and spring him. Thor sees all of this out the window and he wants to Thor it up and go stop this. But Jane's there and he's pissed at her for existing while he's trying to Thor.
Yeah, maybe it's good he doesn't ask her out.
This is why he doesn't have a girlfriend.
He's clearly not a great guy.
Like she did not, she's doing her job and she just happened to notice that there is some pretty exciting things happening out the window. And he's like, God, this fucking bitch won't
All right,
leave.
so I have another question. All right, so
Yeah.
you're lame-legged Donald Blake, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You can turn into Thor and still be Donald Blake, but you're Thor. Why would you turn back into Donald Blake?
If he lets go of the staff or if he lets go of his hammer for longer than like 60 seconds or 2 minutes or something,
Yeah.
then he turns back into Donald Blake anyway.
Okay. I
So
guess you got to
do-
maintain a life.
Do their memory, because supposedly Thor had experiences before encountering Dr. Donald Blake. So does he inherit all of Thor's memories
He
of his
doesn't
previous
seem
adventures?
to.
No.
But he
This is-
seems to like have inherited his muscle memory and like
Yeah.
his skills.
Not really, because he's a fucking idiot. This whole
bad at
book,
the job.
like he's terrible at being Thor.
I don't know. It's more deep shit.
You know, he doesn't talk like Thor when he turns into Thor as well.
No, he doesn't go. Well, I think they maybe didn't have the vocabulary ready. They
Like it
didn't
was
know all
like
the-
Shakespearean when
Yeah.
Thor talks. My idea for the Thor movie was that because he talks in that Shakespearean, I thought it'd be better if they like Their language was like this Norwegian opera where they sang to each other.
That's, I mean, we're gonna get our Joker 2 musical. That's coming out soon.
Okay,
So
all right. They
we're
hurt
getting
me.
there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Close enough. Soon, all of the superhero movies will be musicals.
Thank you. That's all
That's
I
the way
want.
it's gonna go. That's the next phase to keep this relevant.
I want them to. Remember when they did the Spider-Man musical, the live
Yeah,
one, where a
Turn
bunch of
Off
people
the
got
Dark.
got their backs broken or something?
Yeah,
Good
it was
Yeah.
pretty
Lord.
bad. Julie Taymor, yeah.
You too?
Dude,
She's a
you
criminal
too.
now.
Oh,
She has to
that's
she has to go to prison. She has to go to prison with Donald Trump and Alex Jones.
Dude, crammed in that cell. Oh no, Alex
I'm gonna
Jones
cook up some
won't
steams.
shut up.
Well,
You
Donald
think
Trump won't shut up either.
You think Yeah, they're just talking at each other like they're on a
Just screaming.
podcast.
Yeah.
They don't like each other anymore, right?
They go back and forth
I
based
don't
on
know.
convenience, I think.
bet they're
yeah.
best friends.
You know, when people like arrogant people, they talk and you try to like turn it into a conversation, but they clearly just want to talk at you. They don't want to actually hear anything you have to say. And if you get two of those guys together, they're just going to scream at each other. It's just like an irresistible force and an immovable object.
What if they
Yeah.
both get out? What if they both get out of prison and they just don't talk anymore because they're just sick of hearing?
If they made now, here's a way to see how this plays out. You make Alex Jones the Democratic presidential nominee, and then he has to debate Donald Trump.
Why? So that we can bring them back together like a fucking
Sounds
rom-com
awesome.
setup?
I don't.
This
What I
sounds
don't.
awesome.
So I don't understand this, right? Like, is the
I'll say-
DNC election still happening? I mean, the DNC, the Republican,
Yeah, it
the
happens.
GOP.
It
Are they
happens
still voting for their nominee?
Right. It happens a few, like a week or two after the sentencing. So I am sure, like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think there's a high likelihood that they're going to replace him, but they could replace him. And I guarantee you there are a bunch of people behind closed doors hoping that they do. So there's a lot of problems going on at the RNC right now.
RNC. That's what I was thinking of. I was
Yeah.
thinking of GOP.
Because they could just not, they could just say, listen, we're not doing it.
Yeah,
We're
but
not
then
nominating him."
they're going to lose. Anyone they pick that's not Donald Trump
they
is going to lose.
still might lose.
Who are they going to pick?
And also think about they're probably going to lose all the way down ballot because regardless of how well Trump does, all the other people are fucked. And Trump basically demanded that all of the GOP campaign money go to his campaign, so nobody else has any money. All of those motherfuckers are going to lose.
Dude, that's so. Dude, man, RFK Jr. might be the president. Shit.
Yeah, he might be.
Dude,
He can-
people might vote for him.
Well, I got to see how his polling is looking after the worm. Maybe it went down, so maybe he needs to get that worm back in
yeah,
there.
But nobody.
I
likes
found
Trump.
out recently that apparently he talked to Aaron Rodgers about potentially being his VP,
Yeah.
No,
but
that's gotta be-
Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to retire yet.
That can't be. No, sorry, I can't be the vice president. I'm going to play more football.
He
Yeah.
can be the VP in a couple decades when he's 70.
If Donald
or whatever.
Trump can be the president in prison, like the vice president
And
can
he can.
also be an NFL football player.
Sure, it's like Kickers Inc.
Yeah, exactly.
Life is getting a little bit more like Kickers Inc., which will be a movie musical soon.
Bro, never thought that would happen.
Yeah, the Kickers movie musical, which is aimed at absolutely nobody. It's a
Is it-
superhero movie about sports and dancing.
But you
Is
have
it
to watch.
original? Is it original music or is it like a jukebox musical?
Oh, that's for the creatives to figure out. That's
Hey,
for
Disney, huh?
Steven Spielberg to figure out.
Dude, I don't want Steven Spielberg. Why are you ruining this movie?
I don't know. I just picked somebody who probably wouldn't do it anyway.
Nah, dude.
So, getting back to this story, the guys are trying to spring their boss Thug Thatcher, and they end up shooting out some cop cars' tires so that they can't follow them. But in the process of the shootout, Thug Thatcher gets hit with some bullets. So now they need to find a sawbones. They need to find a doctor to take care of Thug.
And luckily, they're right in front of Dr. Donald Blake's office.
Yeah, how about we get that shitty doctor that can't walk right?
Hey, is that
yeah.
that cripple from the TV?
Yeah, he'll
Why would
probably
he be
work
on
cheap.
TV?
Yeah, I don't think doctors were advertising on TV in
I don't know,
1963.
man. So many of these like 1960s superheroes had jobs that had something to do with TV or the newspaper or something.
Because it was a big
Oh,
deal
yeah.
at the time. It's like, holy shit, we
Peter
have TV,
Parker,
newspaper, yeah. Peter
Superman,
Parker, Clark Kent, yeah, a lot of them
yeah,
did. The Question,
Batman was famous.
yeah, Vic Sage,
Jack
The Question,
Ryder.
Yeah,
Jack
Jack
Ryder.
Ryder,
It was a cool thing to do. Captain Marvel, Billy Batson was like a junior reporter, sure.
Yeah, Captain
thing to
Marvel
do.
sucks.
No, Captain Marvel's great. Anyway, So Thor wants to go out the window and he wants to go deal with this thing, but Jane Foster's hanging out and he's trying to think about how to get away from Jane Foster so he can go Thor it up. But unfortunately, before he can get far into that, the mobsters show up. They tie up Jane Foster and they say they're going to kidnap Dr. Donald Blake. He's got to come help the Thug Thatcher.
Dude, go back up for a second. So look how shitty he is in his head. He's like, but Thor would have done plenty if you hadn't been here. And then he looks all menacing at her.
He's thinking that. He doesn't say it. But
No, but he's thinking it.
real
He's just
hard.
like, God, I fucking hate you, Jane Foster.
Seriously, she's all angry at him. He's all angry at her. I don't think they like each other. I think they just want to hate fuck.
Dude.
It sounds like every millennial relationship.
Dude.
Two people that shouldn't be together.
Two people who think they can do better. That's that's the millennial relationship right there. Like,
Two people who think they're settling. Yeah.
honey, you think you're settling?
All right. So they take Donald Blake. So they leave Jane Foster tied up at the office. They take Donald Blake to their weird hideout and they're like, all right, fix him up. But like, probably should have been in his office for that.
Yeah, I'm really confused. Okay, so like he gets shot in the back, right? As a group, they go and they capture the doctor.
Yeah.
And then they all drive back to...
I think one group took Thug Thatcher back to the hideout. One group went to get Dr. Donald Blake, but they really just should have brought Thug Thatcher to Donald Blake.
Or why didn't, when they get back to the hideout, call his doctor?
I guess he doesn't have a doctor.
Dude, he's a mob boss. He doesn't have a doctor that he's paying for private treatment.
I don't know. He didn't make enough money on that substandard steel deal.
Dude, being a mob boss back in the day sucks.
Yeah. He made $40,000 a year.
Dude, you got a shitty little goatee.
Yeah, he does look like
no
an idiot.
fucking chin. Look at this loser.
He's a loser.
Bad haircut.
Well, the one thing he's got going for him is he has a girlfriend named Ruby.
Yeah, and Ruby's a major simp.
Ruby is a fox, but she is absolutely a simp. She puts up with all of his bullshit, all of his abuse.
Some ladies fucking need a bad boy.
Yeah.
Like they have to have one, and they're gonna pick the worst one.
Yeah, he's a pretty bad one. His name is Thug.
Yeah, right. That's his first given name.
His birth name. Like, what chance did he have in
his
life?
Christian name was Thug. Look at
They
this little
baptized
Thug.
him as Thug.
That's what we're gonna name him. I already hate this baby son.
His parents hated him so much.
Yeah, that little shit just came out of me. I'm so mad.
All right, moving on. We got a lot of stuff to cover here. All right. So they say, like, all right, you're going to have to fix him up. And he goes, all right. Donald Blake says, I'll fix him up because it's my job. He gives him some iodine, I guess, figures that'll take care of it.
And here he decides, and then they're like, we can't risk you talking, so they're going to kill him. And then he's just like, you know what? I'm going to turn into Thor and kill all these guys, so who cares? And then turns into Thor.
He does. He's got to get his cane. Well, he can't get his cane.
Because it's
And
like,
his
why?
cane is
What does
also
he
the
care
hammer.
about, like, giving up his secret identity? Who cares?
Yeah, just kill all these people.
Yeah,
The
kill them all with your
witnesses.
Thor powers. You have a hammer that goes through everything.
Well, he decides not to do that. Instead, he's like, well, I don't have the body of Thor, but I still have his brain. So maybe if I really think about my spiritual space dad, Odin, I can send a message up to him and he'll send some help.
And here we see an image of Odin. He's just going,
Odin was clearly having some private time and he got interrupted and he's very surprised.
That's how he talks. Like, you never hear Odin actually say words. He just like yells at you and makes some kind of
sounds.
some kind of space sound.
Yeah, phenomes. So Odin decides to help out. I really think this is just a zoomed in picture from another comic.
You know what? I bet
could be.
I bet the gods did speak in a way which they could talk to each other in the vacuum of space.
Sure. Well, the gods aren't real, but
Well, in this comic they are.
I don't know. Probably. Yeah, that's probably true.
Like,
That's
how are they
probably what
talking when they're like in the void?
So
ASL.
if this happened to you and you find out, oh shit, the Norse gods are real, do you think you then continue and try to figure out what other gods are real? Or do you
Yeah.
think you just have like an existential, your brain breaks and then you're just fucked?
I think it's just more like, all right, they're real. That's good to know.
Yeah, it's always just good to have knowledge. So Odin sends down a lightning storm, and it distracts everybody. I don't know why he just didn't send down a storm to just kill the mob guys, but okay.
Because God helps those who helps themselves.
Well, he does help himself. Dr. Donald Blake grabs his cane, and he quickly turns into Thor.
So, I don't know. So okay. So earlier he didn't want to turn into Thor because the people around because then they would know. But now he's like, fuck it. It's so bright they won't know it was me anyway. And he blatantly does it right in front of him.
He's just doing whatever works in the moment.
He Blakely'd.
He Blakely did it. And then he makes up a really thin excuse about what happened to Dr. Donald Blake. He says, I tossed him aside to safety, and now I'll deal with you. How anyone's buying this, I don't know.
And then he swings his hammer, and the man's head explodes.
So he swings a hammer onto a floorboard, which causes a guy to go flying crotch first into a moose that is mounted on the wall.
Right? Wouldn't that kill him that way too?
I don't know.
He like splatters against the moose.
I think he's going to just 69 that moose.
You think like Thor would just throw his hammer, and it would be like Gallagher smashing a melon?
I mean, I guess he can control the
I'm just saying, like, why doesn't he just kill all these guys? He's a Viking god.
But he's also a doctor.
Yeah. You can't kill people. You take that oath and shit.
Oh my god.
Oaths. Imagine believing in oaths.
Bro, he's got the power of God.
Then Thor sweeps up with his mighty breath that I didn't know he had. He sweeps up 9 men into a tablecloth, ties them up, hangs them from a tree. All right? Fair. Fine.
And he's like, yep. All right, well, let's get out of here.
Yep. Well, Thug Thatcher and maybe a couple other guys get away. Thor uses his hammer to knock down a bunch of trees and keep the car from getting away.
The trees crushing the car would kill them too.
Well, and also it looks like they can just roll their windows down and get out. I really don't know what the big deal is here. So the only people that get out of the car are Ruby and Thug, and Ruby is still simping for Thug.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
He kind of says that, and Thug reasons that this Dr. Donald Blake is always hanging out with Thor. They seem to have a bond. So apparently people know about that.
Yeah, right. Your secret identity is garbage.
And so he says, maybe if he gets his hand on Blake, it'll make Thor leave him alone. Or alternately, it'll piss Thor off even more.
Right.
I really don't understand what the plan is.
Right. He makes it rain on him extra hard.
Yeah.
Your drive home will be a little more difficult.
So Thor hears all of this because he's got Thor ears, and he decides he needs to get back to the office. He needs to free Jane Foster because that's where Thug and Ruby are going to go to try and find Dr. Donald Blake. So they swing back in. Thug Thatcher mentions that he's still packing a rod, and he's eager to let everybody know. Yeah, still packing a rod.
Yep, even at the age of 41, I'm still packing my rod.
Well, it's not your birthday yet. At 41, it's just gonna peter right out.
Oh, you think that's what I'm gonna need? I'm gonna immediately need bifocals.
You're gonna need bifocals.
I'm gonna need bifocals, and my dick's not gonna be as cooperative.
Yeah, you're gonna need to get a Hims account and get a few pills mailed to you monthly.
I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna look like shit.
Okay, that's cool.
Every time I see that commercial for like a Hims or whatever, I'm just like, I'm just gonna look like shit.
Well, maybe you'll find a magic stick someday, and you can just bang it and turn it into Thor.
And I'll just stay that way.
Yeah, I'll just
gaff tape the hammer to my hand, and then I don't have to worry about ever turning back into normal Mike.
I mean, it seems like you could melt down the hammer and make it into a pair of pants or something. Like, there's anything you could do to keep that hammer on you.
Right? Just wear like a ring.
Yeah, right. Then you lose your Green Lanterns.
Could you just like take a sliver of it?
Yeah, right.
Well, it's made of what? Uru?
Yeah, uru. Yeah. Hey, they carved it into a hammer, so clearly you can carve it.
Yeah, you can. So Thor shows up. He uses his super ventriloquism to distract Thug Thatcher.
God damn, that's just like fucking Superman.
It is. You could just put Superman on top of Thor in every panel here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I would love to see Superman on top of Thor.
Yeah. They'd both be very Thor if you get my drift there.
Yeah,
it's super sex. Yeah. So Thor kicks some ass. He actually literally kicks his hammer into the air to knock Thugs. That's pretty badass.
And his hand bursts.
Yeah. Yes. With the velocity that he's kicking it.
Yeah. Dude, how come that? I don't understand why he's letting in all these people live, but whatever.
In order to get Jane to safety, he decides to knock a wall out of his building, create a hurricane.
It looks like he created the hurricane first and smashed her through the wall.
No, I don't understand why he thought this was the best way to save her.
I don't know. If you can make a hurricane immediately, why didn't you just knock all those guys down instead of kicking his hammer at them?
Yeah.
He hurricanes her away. He grabs her. He goes, presumably, and takes her to safety, right?
All right. Everyone sees, hey, that's Jane Foster. She works for Dr. Donald Blake.
Oh, Dr. Donald Blake, that guy who hangs out with Thor all the time and looks exactly like him?
Wait a minute.
Except he's got longer hair.
Wait
You
a
think they're
minute.
cousins?
Yeah.
He can't be. He's not some hippie freak.
Oh, but Dr. Donald Blake has a cane, so
How
yeah,
come
they
they
can't
didn't
be the
hate
same
him?
guy.
Is this during the 60s where they hated long-haired freaky people? Get your hair cut, Thor, you suck.
63, so yeah, the hippie revolution was starting to happen.
I mean,
don't know.
Jane did immediately want to cut it.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, cut that shit. Yeah, I guess Thor and Dr. Donald Blake do look the same after all. It's just the way they carry themselves respectively.
Yeah, just like Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Exactly like Clark Kent.
Clark Kent. So Thug Thatcher goes running to try and escape.
It's even the same color scheme.
It is. Well, they only had so many colors to work with at the time. Printing techniques were archaic.
Red cape,
Red cape, blue
blue
trunks
outfit.
and such. Blue outfit,
Do you think
yeah.
that he's got those weird like circles, like the buttons
What
on
are those
his
circles?
So we saw when he turned into Dr. Donald Blake, he had a
Yeah.
three-piece suit. A three-piece
Yeah.
suit has a lot of buttons.
So you think the buttons-
maybe this is just like his superhero costume is just like an exaggerated version of his three-piece suit.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah, I don't know what they were. I would think maybe they were medallions from previous adventures, but
I
he's
thought
only
they
got
were
6 of
like
them.
electricity discs. Like
Has he ever taken them
could-
off?
Like like he would summon electricity from his hammer, and
Oh,
it would
well.
supercharge him or something.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, at any rate,
No, like that's
Thug-
too interesting and cool.
I don't look. He summons electricity through his hammer already. How many ways does he need to summon electricity?
How many ways?
Yeah, I got 2. I guess 2 ways. So Thug Thatcher.
There are just the two.
There's only need 2. It's 2 more than I have. So
All right,
Thug
how about
Thatcher-
summoning
Jesus
shit?
Christ.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
So Thug Thatcher gets into a building that's under construction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody sees this. And Thug Thatcher starts shooting at Ruby
Yeah,
because
sure.
she's pissing him off.
Shut up, bitch.
He literally is shooting at her, and Thor has to.
He's
Thor
not
has
like
to
this
protect
when
her.
we're alone.
He's only showing off for you guys. That's it. And so Thor, with a blank oafish expression on his face, is formulating a plan. Everyone else is so animated, and he just is. He's just thinking about that rainbow bridge.
He's like, I gotta get back to my microscope, which is the only thing I really care about.
That's funny. So then we see that all these pedestrians are watching this whole thing, and they go, "Hey, that's Thug Thatcher, the guy who sells substandard steel." They all know about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was a huge scandal. They live in a world with gods running around, and everybody knows about the guy who sells bad steel.
We are living in a world where the guy most likely to be elected president is going to prison.
I mean, we're having an interesting time. We're having an interesting
I
time.
love the future. I could do
Yeah.
without the inflation.
Yeah, that's the price you pay for the crazy ass future.
All right, fair and
Yeah.
accepted.
You want to live in this country or not?
They're like, hey, do you want things to be normal? No.
America, love it or leave it. It's going to get real crazy and real expensive. All right, so Thor decides
Oh, it's
that,
not. It'll be fine.
yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. It will be fine eventually.
RFK is going to be president.
Yeah, and then
and,
we all have to get brain worms.
He's gonna
mandate
have,
it.
yeah, he's gonna have, yeah. He's all hail the brain worm. What if like that's what he like? He got infected with a space brain worm, and it's controlling his body.
Yeah.
So it's just fucking Hypnotoad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so
What's
it's
Mr.
like
Mind?
Starro, like he's trying to spread the brain worm around the
Yeah.
world to everyone.
Well, I was going with Mr. Mind, an actual worm supervillain that does shit like that. But okay, we'll go with these
I was
stretches.
thinking more like of the parasitic, like
Yeah.
or Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I'm hoping that like the second he's inaugurated, his body just splits open and we see the worm.
He just bursts into worms,
But-
and then everyone at the front row gets doused with worms, and they all go inside their brains, and then they start they start vomiting worms at everyone
Jesus
else.
Yeah.
Christ, can we not?
But
It just
but-
spreads.
no,
can
no,
we
no.
not?
But the worm isn't familiar enough with the Constitution, so it actually did it a little too soon, so it was never official, and he wasn't the president yet.
Oh no! You gotta get sworn in
No.
first worm.
Now he's just a terrorist.
now you're just a normal
Ah,
alien
shit.
invasion.
Yeah. All right. So Thor slams his hammer and conducts electricity, and he starts melting steel beams with electricity because he can do that.
All right. Yeah, right. Thor melts steel beams,
Thor
not jet
melts steel
fuel.
beams. Absolutely. So Thug
Do
Thatcher's
kids even
running
get
around.
that joke? Do they even get that?
Literal
9/11 so
kids?
long,
Probably
so
not.
long ago, they're not
It's
going to know
been
that.
23 years.
That Dick Cheney, George Bush did that thing with 9/11 to start a war.
When they caused 9/11. So
Can we
they
all
could,
like agree now that's what they did?
so they could sell substandard steel to Iraq and
Like
Afghanistan?
they did that so they could go to war with the Middle East. Like
Yeah.
come on, of course they did.
It was a pretty good scheme. It was a pretty
Dude,
good
well,
scheme.
it's successful. It worked.
Yeah, they still got away with it.
Dude.
So Thug Thatcher finds some red hot rivets, and he's like, "I'm gonna throw these rivets on the crowd unless you leave me alone."
Dude, this guy is like, what a fucking dick.
Yeah. Also, the rivets look like dog bones.
Dude.
Yeah, little delicious
They
rivets.
look like spicy Cheetos.
Yeah.
Like the real red hot Cheetos
Yeah.
that janitor pretended to make up.
Do I know what that reference is?
Like the guy who worked for the Cheetos company. Like there's a
Oh
story
yeah, that's the story.
that story he's decided that Cheetos weren't like Latin enough, so he created the hottest Cheeto possible, and it sold really well, and he sold the idea to the company, the Cheetos company they worked at, and it's like a big success. And it turns out none of that was real. They made it into a movie, and then that wasn't real. Like, none of it was real.
Well, I tell you what I take away from that though is that we should sell out to the Cheeto Corporation.
Absolutely, the delicious Cheetos.
They're the
Are
greatest
they?
snack.
Are they?
Listen, I know you can go back to other episodes of the podcast where I talked about how awful Cheetos were, and they're just dusted air. And
I'm
they're-
gonna get a message from Discord like, I went back and listened to all them episodes, and he never mentioned Cheetos once.
There's a good chance I didn't, but I was definitely thinking about how much I don't like Cheetos. Fuck Cheetos.
I like
Although
Cheetos.
They got a cool mascot though. Chester
I've
Cheetah.
recorded this podcast while eating Cheetos.
You've eaten a lot of snacks on the podcast.
I'm eating snacks right now, everyone.
Yeah, you usually are.
In terms of like snacks that are bad for you, I think I like Doritos.
I mean, dude, you guys got to stop buying that shit. If you don't buy it, it's
don't.
not gonna be in the house.
I don't keep it in the house, and so I never ever eat it. But whenever I get a shitty box lunch from work, that comes with a bag of Doritos, I'm like, oh, I got myself some Doritos.
Just buy a big bag of millet. That's all you
Dude,
need.
if I buy a big bag of snacks, that bag is gone as soon as I get home.
No, you got to live like a Hungarian peasant.
No.
All right.
I just will in every other way.
So Thor decides, all right, I'm going to stand down. I want you throwing rivets everywhere, so I'll stand down. But as he's doing that, the steel beam that Thug is standing on breaks, and he starts to fall. Mm-hmm. And so Thor flies up to save him, right? Mm-hmm. And as this is happening, Ruby is still simping and saying, oh, I'll wait for you. Just, go to jail and I'll wait for you. And then this police officer takes the opportunity to flirt with Ruby in public, a mobster's girlfriend. Like, definitely the most based side character in this book.
I don't know. He says it in a simpy way.
He says, like, I sure don't deserve anyone as loyal as you. He's holding a gun.
He slaps her on the ass.
Yeah. So that more or less ends the adventure. Thor mentions that, hey, I knew that his beam was going to melt easily because it's that substandard steel that he was selling. So ironically, he kind of fucked himself on this.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And so Thor uses his god power, or he prays to Odin to wipe this lady's memory of Thug, so she stops loving him.
Pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Look how menacing he is in the background. The shadow of Thor as he wipes this lady's mind.
However, this part though gives us the best panel out of the entire fucking comic.
Is it the?
Yes, it is Thor, which his arms out, so it looks like he's flying over fucking Rainbow Road in Mario Kart.
He got super fucked up on ayahuasca and he hallucinated the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, this is why I think he died in the cave. Like right there,
Yeah, this isn't consistent with the rest of your adventures.
His brain is dumping DMT into his system as he dies.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you die. If you don't die suddenly, your brain floods your body with DMT, opens up a mind portal, and you go into the afterlife.
And you poop your
The
pants.
only thing that Thor hears right now is Pink Floyd. The only thing.
Dude.
And then at the very end, Thor says, as for me, my work here is finished. I must return to my other life and to the girl who holds my heart, although I'd never dare admit it. And everyone says, hey, dude, you said all that shit out loud.
Yeah.
Like, we heard all of
His
that.
booming, like
then he
Nora,
just-
Viking god.
No, he just took the Trump defense and went, no, you didn't. I
No,
didn't
you
say any of that.
didn't.
You didn't hear
Dude,
that.
Dr. Donald Blake. This is back when you could be short still.
Yeah, he got away with it. Well, if
Like
you're a
he
doctor.
could have. I mean, he should really not work for someone that he's lusting
Yeah.
Molesting afterlife. It's not a good idea.
So that's the end of the first terrible story. And then we've got 3 more. Luckily, they're very short. And the next 2 are actually reprints from this other comic that we should have read instead. Strange Tales number 38. Look at the cover of this book. Mm-hmm. Look, you can see this on the video. It's got a cover story called How Did He Get There? The Man in the Sky. And Why Couldn't He Get Back? And it's a man walking away from a building angrily, walking on the sky, holding a bunch of bags of jewelry. And then there's a dude smoking as he watches him.
Yes.
And he just
Also,
got done fucking.
it says it's also featuring the Shaggy Creature.
Yeah, that's what they called Thor.
Yes. This would have been a better comic, but unfortunately we didn't pick that comic. But we can read a couple of these stories from that comic. So this first one is a text story, and I'm guessing we didn't read this shit.
Nope, sure
did.
didn't.
It's called.
I did.
Okay, it's
All right,
called.
then you can tell us.
It's
You
called
can tell
From
us.
Outer Space, and yeah, it's a reprint from that. By the way, these 2 stories, Strange Tales number 38, date back to 1955, so they're very, very dated. And yeah, Shée, do you wanna-
Unlike Journey into Mystery.
it's pretty bad too, but at least it's a little bit more vibrant. Yeah, Shée, do you want to say what happens in this story, in this text adventure?
Sure. So we make contact with aliens, or rather, aliens come and make contact with us, and through various forms of like sign language communication and emphasis in grunts and emotion, we find out that the aliens are slowly going around the galaxy and enslaving the other planets and universes that they hit, unless they give them a reason not to.
Yep.
Essentially.
And we'll get to that reason. I want to hold off on that reason. We should get to that reason. But I do want to say that the reason they made contact with these aliens is that America created what they call is a space platform. And they don't tell us what the space platform is.
No. But they do take a space ferry to the space platform.
Because they have to, because the aliens don't land on the space platform, and they're sitting around at NASA, presumably saying, why haven't the aliens that are just floating up there, why haven't they landed on our space platform yet? And it's probably because it's lame as shit. It's lame as Dr. Donald Blake's legs.
Wait, so they tried to make a birdhouse for
Yes.
aliens?
Yes.
Yes.
It's just a bunch of 2x4s. My dad could make that shit, and he's an idiot.
Some animal has been destroying my dad's birdhouses.
Oh, yeah?
My
Is
mom
it a
made-
shaggy creature?
Yes, it is. It's like a raccoon of some kind.
Wow. Your dad makes birdhouses and puts them out there?
Well, yeah, I mean, he buys them.
Oh, okay.
My dad has like like his backyard is like something to behold. I swear to God, I should go take some photos and put it on Discord.
It's probably got a little bit of a Hank Hill in him.
Dude, his yard is immaculate. Like he created this garden in the backyard, and it's spectacular.
Well, I'll expect you to have them, those pictures, so I can throw them in the video and people can be looking at them right now.
I don't have a camera.
Yeah, he doesn't have a camera. Mike doesn't have a camera. Or a mirror.
I have a mirror.
Oh,
It came
yeah?
with the apartment.
I was about to say, do you have one that didn't come with your apartment?
No,
Yeah.
of course not.
So,
I'm not made of
Shée-
mirrors.
So as Shée was saying, we had to come up with a reason to not be conquered. The aliens are very clear that they are going to conquer us, and they recognize that the aliens look very similar to humans, except they have a broad upper lip, so their vocalization is different. So we end up playing music for them. And they end up loving music. So in order to stave off the alien invasion, up on the space platform, they're having a hillbilly jamboree.
Oh,
And
nice.
They get,
Literally.
they get they say just get us anything you can that makes musical sounds. And they got an oil can, a harmonica, and an accordion, and they just
Yeah.
had a fucking jug band.
So
for
they
the
did a
aliens.
fucking hootenanny and saved America. Or
That's
not America.
awesome.
Wow. Jesus,
Well,
shade them.
well,
and saved
America
the
is
world.
the world.
Well,
Yeah,
come
kinda,
on.
yeah.
I mean,
one and the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saved
And-
America and the rest of the world.
Those other loser countries. Those
Yeah.
loser countries.
God.
I can't wait for him to say that shit from jail, man. When he smuggles in a phone and he's live tweeting and Instagramming. Oh man.
Why do we keep
great.
talking? I'm really annoyed that we keep talking to you get interviewers to sit down and have a serious discussion, and they know he's just gonna lie, and they don't really call him out
love
on
it.
it.
I
What
love
did you
it.
think was gonna happen?
It makes me so happy,
I mean, why do you think he did the interview with Fox?
dude. Because
Well,
it's
he's
awesome.
he's done interviews with a few other outlets as well, and he does the same thing. They all sit down and get really serious, and they have their pen and their notebook and their glasses and their eyebrows, and they're like, "We're gonna have a serious conversation with Donald Trump." No, you ain't. He's just gonna lie about some shit, and you're gonna sit there and take it.
Any Americans listening, I'm not gonna tell you to vote because I'm not gonna. But if you do vote for RFK Jr. just for fun.
No,
Well-
that's how we got 2016.
That's great. Let's do 2000. Make 2016 great again.
Make it great again. Listen, if there's a chance of RFK Jr. winning, I would say yes. Let's absolutely. That is the funniest vote. But Biden is the funniest vote because that's a realistic option.
I'm
Think
bored of
about
that
it.
guy. He's not fun.
It's not as fun. But think about what's happening here. We memed Donald Trump into office because it was the funniest thing at the time, a job he didn't even want, and we memed it to him.
Great. Yes.
And then he became addicted to the power, and then we took it away from him, and now we're depriving him of it.
Right.
That's
right.
funny.
And he'll be going to jail.
That's very funny. So
I know,
him.
but so him becoming president while in jail though would be the funniest thing that's ever happened.
That's also pretty funny. But we're gonna hear him from him either way. He's gonna say crazy shit for years anyway.
So, they can't just change the rules. It's like, of course a prisoner can't be president. Of course. But if they did it now, they would be like, they're denying this man the right to be the president. He did it fair and square.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's
what a
gonna get
great
wild.
time. I can't
Listen.
wait.
So anyway, that's basically the end of the story. As long as they keep giving the aliens music, they won't invade us. But eventually they actually get bored of music. They turn to comic book podcasts, and that's why we still have to do this show.
Mm-hmm. That's how I saved America.
Yep. If we stop doing this for 1 second, those weird-lipped aliens are going to come after us.
The power of ritual has binded these gods.
Yes. So the next story, also from that Strange Tales book, is
also written by
called-
Stan Lee's brother, then.
Right. This is called Barker's Body Shop, written by Stan Lee and Larry Lieber, art by Sol Brodsky. This is terrible. This
Yes.
is really bad.
I hate having to get my car fixed. I hate it.
Yeah, well, because it's emasculating.
Dude, not only that, but it's like, you're getting ripped off. Like, there's
You're
no
getting ripped
such
off.
there's no such thing as an honest mechanic anymore. They're all upcharging you and upselling you. Like, they're trying to fuck you because they know you have no choice.
I don't
Once
know
you
if
put
there's
that
no
thing
such
up-
thing.
if your car's broken down and you manage to get it somewhere for someone to look at, that guy's got you by the balls. He can do whatever he wants.
I mean, Nathan For You made their scheme was to have a lie detector when they give you their quote to affirm that these are legitimate charges.
Dude, that'd be a good idea. Except lie detectors don't work.
Well, they don't work perfectly, but they're better than just trumping your way through, Hoganing your way through a series of lies.
Oh man, I hope he's the vice president now.
They've caused quite a few funny situations on sitcoms.
So Donald Trump's in jail, right? He's the president, but the vice president would act because he's out free in the world, right? So he would have to do a lot of what the president wanted because he only gets so much phone time.
Unless the vice president's a felon as well, but yeah.
All right. Well, is the Hulk Hogan a felon?
No, he's
I
not.
don't
Maybe he
think
should
so.
be, but
so
he's
Hulk
not.
Hogan will be acting for Donald Trump, and then he gets addicted to the power, stops listening to Trump, and then still says, "This message has come from Trump."
Yeah, he's his envoy, but then Hulk Hogan's just gonna lie and say whatever he wanted to say.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Like he's going to, he's just going to lie and say that these terrible ideas have come from Trump.
Oh my God! All right, speaking of terrible ideas, this book, Barker's Body Shop. So we got this dude named Bob Barker. I don't think it's Bob Barker. It's something
Barker.
else.
Carl.
So Carl Barker, and he is the world's most dishonest mechanic. Yet people keep going to him.
Right. Maybe he's the only one in town.
He must be.
Then
Go
drive
to
to the other town.
I guess they can't. Their car's broken down.
Yeah, your car's broken down, Shée.
So that's a good
Get
scam,
the
though.
toe. The toe
Dude.
is worth it in this case, then.
His brother
Dude.
runs the towing company.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
right.
shit.
They run this
Dude.
town. The
Dude.
Barkers.
Those fucking Barkers, bro. Dude, it's like the bad guy from Roadhouse.
Yeah. So we have a montage of people being upset.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is he like super ginger?
I mean,
No, that's
he's
me,
reddish.
Shée, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's what?
It's me, dog. I'm super ginger.
No, but look at the top of his head.
I don't know.
His hair's like almost pink.
That's a cowboy hat.
Yeah. So there's a montage of people around town having their cars fail after bringing them back from Barker's Body Shop, and they all know that he's a con artist, and that
I
he's-
love
and he's
that
cheating.
there is a sad old man who can't retire
Yes.
that he's taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Dude.
There's a sad old mechanic that wants to quit, but he can't.
I
because-
want to die, but I signed a deal. It's like he got a bad monkey's paw wish.
Right. Yeah. okay, what's worth noting about Carl Barker is that he's not just a guy who's trying to make a buck. He clearly enjoys being a scumbag.
Yeah, he
Yes.
does. It's like me dealing with my landlord.
He's thinking about ways that he can screw people over.
Yeah, dude.
And so-
That's me in a lot of ways, actually.
So this dude shows up and he's like, I have to get back home, so I will, why don't I be your mechanic and until I make enough money to get back home, right?
Yeah, and he's
And
a
they-
man in black.
They make a big point of saying, like, wherever home is, and you can see where this is going.
He goes, I
Yeah.
need to go
1955.
home. He goes, yeah, I'll help you get home.
Help you get home. And so he says, all right, here's the thing.
Here's
You're
the
good with
ugliest,
machines.
most wood-paneled car of town. It needs to have extra wood added.
Yeah, this is the car of J.B. Winthrop, the richest guy in town.
He
And,
has $5,000.
that was most of the money that was around at the
Oh
time.
my God!
Well, it's funny because they flash over to him at the roof of his house, and he's got a pool. But if he's so rich, why is his pool so tiny?
I don't
Like,
know,
he can't
man.
swim laps in that.
Dude, it's an above-ground pool.
I think he's on a. I was assuming he was on the roof of a building.
Is he? Yeah, he is.
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
He is,
But
yeah.
anyway,
So it is an above-ground pool.
Carl Barker's like, all right, you need to fix this up and do it the cheapest you can, cheap materials, all that kind of stuff, but don't fuck it up because if it gets dented or dinged or broken in any way, he's gonna have my ass. Okay?
He's like, yes, it is agreed.
Yeah, that is a very weird set of circumstances to put me in, but okay, I'll do it.
Well, this guy is also very clearly speaking weird, and he's like not using contractions.
Yeah. Well, he's
Like talking to
neurodivergent.
James.
Yeah, it's serious. He's maybe neurodivergent. He's maybe autistic. He's maybe on the spectrum. Maybe you
No,
shouldn't be
well,
saying.
are you saying? Once
He's
we
maybe an alien.
like all people on the spectrum.
Yeah.
And that man
So-
also does have hair so red it's almost pink.
You are really stuck on this dude's hair color.
Shée hates fucking gingers.
She does hate gingers.
She, as a woman, she instinctually just
It's a biological thing.
cringes
She can't help
when
it.
she even thinks about it. Like,
Yeah, she
ah,
doesn't
my
even
poor
wanna be that
children.
way. She just
My
has to.
poor children.
That I won't have. Even with the pipes gone. Even
It's
with the
gonna
pipes
grow
just ripped
back.
out.
Yeah.
It'll grow
They will
back.
grow back.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they might grow. They might
Sometimes
grow
that
back.
shit grows back, Shea. It
They might
does.
grow back. Like two little worms regrowing in your body. Mm-hmm.
Brought to
Influencing
you by
you.
RFK as he vomits them into your eyes and mouth.
Oh, man. So, all right.
If they grow back, I will genuinely just take everything in there out the second time.
Dude, just wear a condom. You're an adult.
Yeah. So, or just stop having sex. Sex is dumb.
Dude, yeah, you're not going to want to do it for much
Yeah,
longer.
nobody wants to have sex. It's stupid. It's
You
dumb.
got like a good 2 years left.
Yep. Sex is a waste of everybody's time.
You're
All
not
that
gonna
hooting
be
and hollering.
Yeah, God. I'm gonna quote Norm Macdonald. Let me just take off my trousers. I heard that bit from Norm Macdonald. I'm like, I've never been more seen in my whole life.
Yeah, more related to anybody other than this dead man because, well, you're getting there yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, winding it down. So, this dude, he fixes up the car. The car looks great, and the guy
No,
says,
it
"All right."
doesn't.
For
It looks like the
1955.
car Homer Simpson designed
the
for
Homer-
his,
the car
for
built
his
for
brother
Homer.
Danny DeVito.
Which,
It
by the
does.
way, the fact that Homer ate shit for that, I've probably mentioned this before on the podcast, but that pisses me off. Homer took all the blame. His brother Herb is angry with him for it. Dude, everyone tried to warn you, including Homer himself, said, I am not fit for this job. And you
Yeah.
refused to listen to him. This is on you.
He didn't look at the car beforehand.
He refused to. He refused to.
Dude.
Fuck you, Herb
Dude.
Powell.
Dude.
Anyway.
I'm ruined. I love that. His
It is a good
passion
moment.
for how
Yeah.
he knows he's destroyed.
Yeah. So anyway, the car is fixed, and the dude goes, "All right, well, give me my pay." And Carl Barker doesn't even fuck around with him. He just instantly tells him, like, "No, actually, you're fired. I'm not giving you anything." Like he doesn't
Yeah.
even.
And
He
he goes-
doesn't. He trumps it. He just tells him flat out, "I'm not doing what you want me to do."
He says,
He
"But
says
you,
you're fired.
He says, "But you promised me." He goes, "So
You're
I'm a
fired.
liar. Next time you'll know enough to collect your dough in advance."
That is a good lesson. He did give him a good lesson.
He's like, "What are you gonna do about it? You gonna go to the sheriff? I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll tell him that. I'll tell him that you stole from me."
Well, what he decides to do is he says, "Well, I'll just take this car." So he gets in the car himself, and Carl Barker is saying, "No, he's going to break my fucking legs if you take that car. You can't do it."
Yeah, and then it spouts wings, and he pulls off his man mask, and he's a space alien.
He's a
like,
space alien that we can't really see his face. We don't really know what he
There we
looks
go.
like.
We can see it. There it is.
Just a goofy looking
He's
alien.
like a cricket guy.
And he's like, yep, it's lucky I had a chance to customize an Earth vehicle and transform it into a spaceship.
That's what happens in the Masters of the Universe movie when they go meet the lady from Friends.
What a weird fucking movie that is.
Yeah, right? Can you believe they made it?
That moment where the character is saying like, "Oh, I just can't think with that music." Like the sound, the score is playing, like the orchestral score is playing, and the woman goes, "I just can't think with that music." And like somebody takes out a gun and shoots a speaker that's playing the orchestral score of the movie. It's this really weird meta moment, or maybe I'm just hallucinating that. Does anybody remember this?
I don't remember that scene.
I haven't
It's
seen
really
Masters of
bizarre.
the Universe.
It's been a hot minute for me.
It's really a bizarre movie. That was
I liked it. I liked that movie. I
It was-
remember it well.
if you're wondering why it's not like Masters of the Universe at all, it was basically modeled after the New Gods. It's essentially a New Gods movie in disguise. So if you think of He-Man as Orion and you think of Skeletor as Darkseid,
Oh, you're right.
if
It
you
is
put
like
all that in place,
yeah, it is.
they basically like the people behind it were just like we'll just make a New Gods movie. They're
right. Because
comic
how are you
book
gonna
fans.
make it like they travel to Earth and have like wacky teenage sidekicks? Like it's just
Yeah.
like New Gods.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Right. I mean,
Anyway.
because what are you gonna do with the Masters of the Universe thing? Like, how are you gonna
mean-
make that into a fucking movie? You got to pay.
mean-
You also got to like film places, and if you don't have
Yeah.
enough money for the fantastical sets needed to create their home planet or whatever, how are you gonna
Mm-hmm.
make the movie?
Well, they split the sets. I cannot remember if the movie Cyborg was before or after Masters of the Universe, but it's like the same sets. They just reused all the
Yeah,
sets.
what are you
and
gonna
stuff.
do? What are you gonna
Yeah.
like? Do you want the movie or not?
Yeah, you want this shit? That was
And I
also
liked
back
it.
in-
I thought they did a great job considering.
This was also in the heyday where the end scene of your movie had to involve the bad guy falling into a pit, like hanging
and
onto a
he's
ledge
like,
and
I'll
falling
be
into a pit.
back, and he's like, no, you're not.
Dude, when I would
No
make
more
up,
movies.
yeah, he does say we'll be back. When I would make up, stories as a kid, it always had to end with the bad guy hanging off a cliff at the end because that's what I thought. That's how I thought stories were written.
No,
that's
you're
how
right.
That's how you ended a story. The bad
Yep.
guy hangs on a cliff. He almost is able to pull himself up, but then he's not, and he falls, and he screams about how he's going to come back.
Yep, there you go. Just Die Hard.
Yeah, that's The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin. Batman 89.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's all these movies have the same ending. They all came out in the same little span of time.
That might be my favorite movie.
Yeah, that's a pretty good movie.
I never get tired of it. It's so crazy.
It is pretty crazy. It's a good amount of crazy. I have respect for Batman 89. So what I don't have respect for though is our final story, which is actually a Steve Ditko joint. It is called
Yeah.
When the Switch is Pulled, written by Stan Lee, supposedly. Art by
Okay.
well, I mean, who wants
You know what?
credit for this?
After reading this story, I believe it.
Yeah, and art by the great Steve Ditko. So this is a short story about a man who
Are they
has
best friends, Steve Ditko and Stanley? Do they at least have a good
No.
relationship?
No,
Man,
I don't think-
Well, they're all dead.
all these classic writers and artists, and like none of them liked each other, and they all tried to fuck each other over.
No, I think a lot of them like each other. They just weren't the ones that rose to the top. Like
Dude, like all the famous ones, it's like, yeah, and then
Yeah,
so
the
and so
biggest
betrayed,
it was the Wild West. Nobody was protecting anybody.
dude,
back
no one
then.
had any morals back
Yeah.
in the day. Nobody knew right from wrong, apparently.
Well, I think it's like you ever hear the phrase "keep an honest boy honest"? Like people will behave, but you got to give them a little bit of an enclosure. You got to give them a little bit of a threat of doing. You got to do the right thing. And there wasn't that in comics. It was just do whatever you want. It was the Wild West. You do whatever you want. So shit happened.
I guess.
Pretty devious shit. I'm not behind it, but
Thank
you know,
God we got the internet now, and you can just check everybody.
thank God for the internet. Happy birthday, internet.
Happy birthday.
I like how they
So-
made a commission so that nothing potentially gay could come up in a comic, but it was absolutely okay to fuck everyone in the background.
Ah, dude.
That's some deep shit.
Well, a lot of the shit in those comics were pretty gay.
They're pretty gay comics. They're the best comics.
Like Batman
I
and
was-
Robin. Like where was the where was the commission there?
Yeah. As we've established, the straightest thing you can do is be gay.
100%. You gotta
gotta
wrestle them
be-
down.
You really want to be straight? You better get super gay.
That's right. Top
Yep.
position goes to the strongest.
You slide it right in. That's how you prove you're a straight man. Yep. All right. This story is called When the Switch is Pulled. And it's about this dude who creates a time machine, right?
Well,
Well, he does. He doesn't realize it, but he's created what he thinks is a time machine.
it's like Vincent Van Gogh works for Lex Luthor.
Right. So this dude Van Richter created this machine, and his boss is, what's his boss name? His boss's name? Just Lex Luthor. It's Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Fine.
it's Lex Luthor. It's
And
Donald
so,
Trump without his wig.
Yes. So he's like, dude, it's working. It's finally ready to go. Let me take you on a time travel trip so you can show you that this worked. And his boss is telling him all this money on such a foolish project.
Oh, we
and,
got him reversed.
2 quick things.
No. Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
we got
Actually,
reversed.
we did. Lex Luthor's our inventor. Anyway,
Yeah.
Shée,
The Lex Luthor is named Ludwig.
Ludwig. Okay.
And I don't think that he looks like Lex Luthor anymore. I think he looks like Kolchak.
No, the Lex Luthor guy is the good
Kojak.
guy. The Lex Luthor is the good guy, and his name is Von Richter. The angry boss is named whatever other word you said.
Oh,
like-
Ludwig.
It's
Yeah.
like they're both Operation Paperclip guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
almost
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that makes sense for the era, for sure.
Yeah,
So-
right?
Well, I mean, we didn't know about Operation Paperclip at the time, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yes.
Well, I mean, they did. They wrote, like, there's a comedian who wrote a song about, what's his name? The NASA guy.
Oh, Herbert von Braun
Yeah, Von Braun. He wrote a song about Von Braun being a Nazi.
in like the 50s?
Yeah. And,
Well, I mean, like it was known that he was a Nazi.
Yeah, well, that's all Operation Paperclip was like, yeah, we're going to bring in the
Yeah,
Nazis and
I
give them
know.
all pardons.
I'm reading a book about it right now.
Great. Okay. So, the dude's boss tells him this is a waste of time, a waste of money, foolish project, and he tells him, "Hey, why don't you shut your fucking mouth already, okay?"
Yeah, I'm gonna watch. Look at this. I've invented the lever.
I've got this lever,
They're like, we
Back
already
then they
got
said lever.
those.
and he says, "You know what? I'm gonna get in your stupid box just so I can see the look on your face when this whole thing fails." Fine. So
All
they
this
get in-
time, all this
Yep.
money on such a hopeless project. It is pathetic,
he is so fucking mean about this.
dude. He's like pushing the back of his head. They're just
Slaps
pushing
him.
it. That's slapping him. You bald cretin.
Yeah, give him a little noogie. Yeah. So he throws the switch, and lights go off, and things are flickering and everything. And the guy's thinking, "Oh, holy shit, this may have actually worked."
What if it was just a box and inside he just put in a bunch of LEDs and the lever turns on the LEDs?
Whoop! Time to go back now. You've seen your proof.
I mean, this guy doesn't know what an LED is.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's just got money. He doesn't
Or
know
it
anything
blew his
about
mind.
science. Yeah. Well, they open up the door, and everything looks exactly the same. And so he tells him, "Von Richter, you fucking moron. See, nothing's happened. Nothing's happened at all."
He's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and Von Richter goes, fuck. I thought I got it right,
Womp,
but
womp.
I guess I fucked up. And
So
so
he's like, I can't control like what time we go back to. He says,
Yeah.
that's what he says, and it's
Yeah.
just like, what if he just goes back to the void of empty space before the planet is
Yeah.
formed?
really, and how are they going to get back? Like, hopefully
Yeah,
you
how
figured
do
out how to
they-
get back.
They never talked about coming
Yeah.
back.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a
What if
it's a
he like
short
scared
story.
the shit out of his like his boss? He's like, oh, we're not
Yeah.
coming back. Well, like, wait a minute, what? And pulls the lever, and then luckily nothing happened.
Yeah.
So his boss walks away. He says, "I expect to see you back at the Science Institute after you finish dismantling this machine." And Von Richter says, "Yes, father." Because
What
it
if
was
he
his
like
dad the whole time?
What if he like leaves the room and realizes all the humans are gone?
Okay.
Yeah, they
Like-
don't really. This comic more or less says the butterfly effect is fucked.
I
and
thought
wrong and fake.
the story was gonna end with like he pulls the lever and like the two of them now exist outside of time, and so like the planet's like empty and like nothing's moving.
I mean, I like the idea that the boss is his disappointed father, but I guess that's just me. I was right not to love you, son.
You
That's what
didn't
I
even
like.
get my hair. That's how my dad feels about me.
Yeah. Oh, he has fine hair, fine
Yeah,
head of
he
locks.
still has all of his hair.
Yeah, not good for him.
I know, good for him.
It's probably
I
it might be a
guess.
wig. You should try to pull it off, see what happens.
Yeah, I'll see what happens.
Yes. See what happens.
I don't know. He's an old man now. What's he gonna do? I'm just gonna hold him down.
I mean, you can beat him up now. Yeah.
Right.
You should. He's probably waiting for you to take his place. He's probably waiting for you to beat him up.
I probably could have like actually taken him probably like maybe 17. I could probably take my dad.
So we see what actually happens is even though they didn't realize it, the time machine actually went all the way back through time. And I guess
the time on Earth, I guess.
The time on Earth. Well, it may have gone back to like the Big Bang, but we don't see it.
Well, it only goes back to, as you see, we don't see anything before mankind. Like we see cavemen, right? So that's like 100,000 years.
Okay. So it goes back, and we see that throughout time, people have seen the time machine. The cavemen saw it, and the cavemen speak perfect English and say, "Behold, a message from the heavens." Mm-hmm. Okay. And then we see that some pirates see it, and they think it's an omen that their ship is favored. Vikings, yeah. Thor might be on there. Yep. And we see some other people think that it's a meteor.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that character. I thought Abraham Lincoln too, but like, no. Why? Why would it be Abraham Lincoln?
I don't know.
And
there's a second Abraham Lincoln.
Yes. And we see that throughout time, all these people thought it was a heavenly message or a warning of doom, or just some dullards just thought it was a shooting star. Mm-hmm. And then it turns out
that's the most logical explanation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's also the least creative. At any rate, as it gets into the 20th century, some people see it and they think, oh, maybe it's a UFO. It's a flying saucer.
A UAP is what we call it now.
Yeah, because we got bored with the old terminology.
I guess so.
Well, we changed STDs to STIs. We changed ADD to ADHD. Like, we get bored. We got to sauce these things up from time to time.
Yeah, ADD and ADHD used to be two different things, but they merged.
Now it's called ADDHD.
Oh, God.
So then we see that, so this is the origin. So we see that this is the origin of flying saucers. This is where this all comes from, right? Mm-hmm. But the owner, the creator, he doesn't know any of this. He destroys the machine because his angry boss told him to, and just thinks it's a worthless pile of junk.
Mm-hmm. Then he hangs himself.
Yep, and he dies viciously, and he hangs himself, and all the DMT and poop leaves his body.
Yep.
And that's the final panel, is him in his own sick and fecal
Are you feeling
waste.
okay, James?
He's just covered. It's just dripping down.
You doing okay, bud? Do I need to call a wellness check on you?
There's little ants and everything just
Don't you love that?
Don't
you love that your friends are like, do I need to call a wellness check for you? It's like, no, you're the friend. You're the wellness check.
Yeah. You're supposed to fix this.
I always love that people ask,
luck.
people like say like, oh, like you're doing bad, and anything I can do to help, and you just start explaining like what's wrong. Like, well, I hope it works out.
Yep. I didn't actually mean I was going to do anything.
I have to go to work in the morning.
I just wanted to know if there was something I could do. I wasn't actually offering.
Like, I can't actually do anything. I have to do chores and work, which is my entire day.
Got to keep the wheel spinning.
Right. Take a day off to help your friend. You're fired.
Yeah. You got to be a good influence on your friends. No one wants to hang out with a downer.
Mm-hmm. That's why you only hang out with your friends from work and only learn their first names.
In the case of male friends from work, only their last names.
Only the last names? Yep, that's a professional thing to do.
Yeah, I just want to call people by their last names.
That way you don't get too familiar.
It could be anybody.
Right.
I could track you down.
Could be calling you and asking for a ride to the gig. No.
Oh, a ride? I'm not giving you a ride. Oh, I got to sit next to you.
No, I have to leave my house even earlier than I was planning on because I have to get you. You're going to want to roll on the window and smoke. Can I smoke in here? Fucking die.
Dude. You cannot smoke in a car. I don't even care if it's your own car. Stop smoking in a car. Stop doing it.
Stop smoking.
Stop smoking in general. It's gross.
Yeah, stop. It's gross.
It's fucking gross. All right, what do you think of this?
This was funny.
Okay. Shée?
This was not funny.
Yeah, this wasn't a good one. This was a terrible, terrible comic. Even if the Thor book had been good, which it wasn't, the other books were so bad they bring it right down.
I never realized how early Thor was just Superman.
Yeah. Well, most superheroes were just Superman for a long time.
Yeah, but this was like...
It's pretty blatant. Yeah.
Like, that's obviously...
It's maybe a little cheeky, but it's still pretty blatant. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's 1 out of 5 birthday spankings from Thor.
Oh, yeah, dude. That would be the end.
Yeah. Wish it was my birthday. Jesus. he's clapping the thunder and clapping them cheeks.
Yeah,
right?
dude.
Talk about blowing your back out.
1.
I think we got all the Thor jokes out there. I think we hit them all the big Thor jokes. Yeah, all the Thor puns. So that means it's time to talk about next time.
Yes. Oh, good. Maybe we'll get something not like this.
Yeah. Well, luckily we can take that book off the wheel. So now we're down to only 53 entries.
I would say like
I did love that one panel though.
Oh, of Thor
Yeah.
freaking out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that. Well, I wish I could hit more of my birthday choices, but I picked pretty much everything on the wheel anyway.
Yeah. Well, there's requests, and I will remind people if you have requests, send them in. They will get added to the wheel. That's still going to happen. 53 big options. Anything anybody's pulling for?
Ooh.
I still want those young love books. I think romance stories are where it's at. Your vote is vital. Are we going to take your vote is vital off and just do it in
I
November?
think if
it comes up.
So my thought was like we should save that for the election, but now it's just like with everything happening, like it's good no matter when we do
The
it.
whole year. Yeah, we got Reagan's Raiders.
I'd say like this: if we don't hit your vote is vital by the election, then we will.
Okay. We've got an issue of Metalman, Cyforce, DP7. All kinds
That's
of
got to be
fun
really
stuff.
sexy and not comfortable.
DP7. I've seen a couple of those videos.
Ain't no one DP'd in real life.
Please, this porn
Ain't
count as
nobody,
real life?
ain't nobody doing that. Come on now. That's a
I think
porn
it's
thing
happening.
only.
I think it's because now I'll give you a chicken and egg scenario because I can believe that it used to only be a porn thing and then people saw it in porn and it started leaking into the real world.
No,
instead
no
of vice
one's
versa.
doing that. Come on.
I think people are DPing. I think people are DPing out there. Let us know. Let us know. Are you DPing out there?
I don't know. I tell you what. I know Thundercats. Fuck it.
What's the word on the street?
Yeah, to let us know in the Discord.
Are people
if
DPing?
you're DPing, because I'm not.
What are you
like it's
hearing?
never come up.
Are you hearing people talking about DPing? Are they
No,
wanting to DP?
never.
Maybe, I don't know.
Millennials can't even ask each other out, let alone like, can I bring in my buddy to fuck you in the ass?
Well, yeah, it's not millennials. You got to get.
It's not cheating if he pulls out.
You got to get with aging Gen Xers who are still jaded,
Yeah, God.
and this is the only way they can feel anything.
Oh God.
So, anyway, I was pressed for time getting shit together, so I got to thank Born Too Late for his spinning playlist because that helped me out a lot with a lot of spinning songs. And how about this? It's our second spinning song from Soundgarden.
All right.
Very
Wicked.
exclusive club. Yeah, they have two
Love
spinning
that.
songs.
I love that band.
Well, this isn't really from their best album. In fact, it's from a pretty bad album, but it's Far Beyond the Wheel.
No bad albums. Yeah. All right, you're right. You're right. I guess there are bad Soundgarden albums.
Go ahead and turn that down. Well, the thing is, that's from their debut from Ultra Mega OK, which is called that because it wasn't very good. They knew it.
Oh yeah.
Like, the songs were okay, but the mix was so bad that they were like, oh, this didn't work, but we got to put it out, and it's not a great record, so...
I bet some people love it. I bet it's their favorite one.
I'm sure.
They're saying that just to be fucking hipster douchebags.
People with poor taste, maybe. All right, I guess we can spin to it, though. It's still Soundgarden.
Let's do it.
Let's see what's happening next time. God save us all.
Ooh, look at that wheel.
And it's going to be...
Got extra RAM.
It was almost giant-sized Man-Thing, which
Oh,
is
that
a
would've been-
request.
That would have been so good, but now we're
It's-
doing shitty fucking Nighthawk.
Dude, Nighthawk.
Yeah.
Dude, what
I
the
mean,
fuck? Nighthawk? Why is
it's-
that there? Is that a
it's-
request?
No,
Who
it's
requested?
from you. This is from you.
It's from me? Why would I pick Nighthawk?
Listen. We can always.
Maybe I'm thinking-
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm thinking of Darkhawk. What's this?
yeah, Dark. We did Darkhawk before. We can always push against the wheel, but we always regret
No,
what we do.
what is this?
Well, we're gonna look at the cover. I just wrote the note. This guy is pissed off.
Like Nighthawk? What the hell is this? All right.
Okay, all right, hold on.
It's made by Windjammer Comics. What the fuck is that?
All
Who
right.
the fuck wrote this?
All right. Okay. Here's the thing. You check out the video on Spotify or YouTube, and you can see this. I normally don't do this now, but I want to really quickly, just see who came up with Nighthawk. Is there any quick blurb that we should know about this? Is this another Marvel? No, it's not Marvel. Maybe Marvel bought it at some point. near Olympic level athlete. Is this the guy?
No, that's the Marvel Nighthawk. I don't know
This looks
what
like the
this
same
is.
guy.
No, it's not. It's a different guy.
Nighthawk Windjammer Comics.
Yeah, Windjammer. There we go.
What the hell is Okay, it's from. Okay, maybe it's. I guess Valiant. It's related to Valiant. Maybe Valiant bought Windjammer or something like that. His family, unnamed father, unnamed brother, unnamed mother.
When did this get put on the wheel? How long has this been on there?
This is the second thing on the list. So you probably put this on a long time ago. Enhanced durability, enhanced stamina, enhanced strength, flight, cape, and claws. There's no trivia, no information. He's a doctor though, Dr. Scott Pike.
Oh, Dr.
He does
Donald
have an
Blake.
alias of Nighthawk with a K.
Oh.
Which is what we already have him as, is Nighthawk. And then Birdman.
Birdman. Oh, that's a great film. It says he's a mad scientist and caped crime fighter in New York City. All right, man. This is very 90s. It's super duper 90s.
How would I even find this?
Man.
He kind of has like a Spider-Man look, but he's also got a cape and he's got guns.
So he's like a Spawn guy.
He's kind of spawny, he looks like a Todd McFarlane kind of
Yeah.
thing. It looks like an Image thing.
Got some Morbius to him.
Some
19
Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
I
All right,
don't
I'm down to
know.
clown. Fuck it.
Yeah, this will be great. This will be great. 1995. I don't think it looks like Liefeld at all.
This
honestly,
is a
but-
big surprise.
I think his head looks too tiny for his body.
This is a bit. Yeah, this was one of those ones that we would never consciously pick and say, "Look, I want to do that one."
Dude, I didn't even spell it right.
Well, because if you look at the logo,
You
the
can't.
K.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
But then there's like so I thought it was called Night Hall.
the K's were just a decoration.
It was like it was named after Shea's grandfather.
All right. Well, I'm definitely using the Hee Haw theme song next week. I'm telling you that.
What was it, Shea? Peepaw? Was that what it was?
It was
No.
it was Peepaw.
It was
It
not.
Peepaw.
It was
No.
fucking Peepaw.
It was not.
Wow.
It's
Shay-
my papa.
Shea, you're a fucking treasure.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Peepaw.
Happy birthday, Peepaw.
All right, man. I think this is going to be, it's a definite shift from our last couple issues
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, great.
Something else to look at 1995. I get the feeling this is going to be a very thin comic
This
book,
is my
so-
real birthday present right here.
Yeah.
This fucking Venom looking bitch.
All right, Shea.
What if Venom had guns?
That would make him way more badass if he was the Punisher. This was in 1995 when everybody's pitch was, what if X was the Punisher?
Uh-huh. And I own a comic book company. I publish every single one of them.
Yep. All right. That's good. That's happening next time. Shea, give us some plugs to us out here, please.
Yeah, listen to our episodes while you fly through space in your rocket car using any podcast app that you can probably think of. You can also find more on darksidescouch.com. And if you're more of a visual listener, you can see a whole bunch of our stuff on YouTube, read a whole bunch of our stuff on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Discord, and the descriptions in the YouTube posts.
Yeah, there's things written in there. I go through and I make chapter. If you watch the episodes on YouTube, I go through and I make little chapter markers with funny titles. So to give you a little bit of fun, but also to make it easier to find stuff in there because I know the episodes are long. I do
Start
that for you.
appreciating that.
I do that for you. God damn it. All right, I think that's it. Anybody got any final thoughts to get out of here?
Happy birthday to me.
I was going to say the same thing. God damn it. Shea?
Oh, I'm going to third it. Happy birthday, Mike.
My birthday present to myself was robbing the two of you and saying happy birthday to me first.
Ta-ta for now, Cushy Crusaders, and fuck you, Mike.
Quickly, the Thunder God stamps his enchanted hammer once upon the floor and instantly becomes the lame Dr. Blake.
It's true. It's true. We're so lame.